Hello students, in this session we will learn about principles of illumination design. In this we will understand the few basic definitions, concepts related to illumination, light and so on. So the first thing is light. Now light is an energy that helps us to see. Because there is a light in room, we can see the objects, the sofa set, the furniture where it is kept. So how we can see something around us? It is because of the light source, and the ultimate source of light is sun. Light is electromagnetic radiation that shows properties of both waves and particles. Because we have seen various experimentations carried out earlier, that the light shows properties of both waves and particles. Luminous. Luminous means giving off light. We say that an object is luminous because it gives out light. The third is flux. Flux is the process of flowing. If we see the dictionary meaning of flux, flux means the process of flowing. So what is then the luminous flux? Luminous flux is the rate of flow of light energy. So the process of flowing of light is known as luminous flux. And why we said light energy? Because light is an form of energy. Luminous flux is the rate of flow of light energy. SI unit is lumen, also written as LMN, lumen. Now the fifth is, now the question comes, what is lumen? One lumen is defined as the luminous flux produced by a light source that emits one candela of luminous intensity over a solid angle of 1 steradian. Let's see. One lumen is defined as the luminous flux, defined as the flow of light energy produced by a light source that emits one candela of luminous intensity over a solid angle. That is, if there is a source of energy, or source of your energy means the light, and if it produces a light of one candela. Candela is a measure of your intensity. We will see in the upcoming slide. So if it produces one candela of one candela intensity of light over a solid angle, then solid angle means if we consider a sphere, and the angle produced by the this much area, this due to this area, this much of area, so the angle here is your steradian, 1 steradian. It is a one solid angle. So lumen is a measure of the total quantity of visible light emitted by a source per unit time. What it says? It says that it is a measure of total quantity of visible light. How much light is visible, which is emitted by a source of light in per unit time, is 1 lumen. So it is all about your lumen. But what is candela? As we have seen in the earlier slide, it is the flux produced by a light source that emits one candela of luminous intensity. Now what is one candela? Candela is a unit of luminous intensity. If we consider one candle, one candle is giving light in all the directions. So if we consider the amount of light received from one candle, from this candle in all the direction, then we are getting one candela of light. Thus it is a measure of intensity. Let's see by definition. Candela is the unit of luminous intensity. That is how much of the light we are getting. To know the intensity of the light what we are getting from a candle, from a light, from a bulb, from a LED is what your candela. So it is a measure of intensity. If we go theoretically, it says that it is defined as the luminous intensity in a given direction of a source. It is the luminous intensity of a given source. Source may be anything. For here we are taking candle. Luminous intensity in a given direction of a source that emits a monochromatic radiation, that is single color radiation, single color light of frequency 540 into 10 to the power 12 hertz, and has a radiant intensity in that same direction of 1 by 683 watt per steradian is your one candela. So one candela is that amount of light received from one candle in any and all direction. So one candela, it is a basic quantity to measure the intensity of light what we are getting from that given source of light. We will see this steradian in the upcoming slide. So candela is the amount of light received from one candle in and all direction, which is used to measure the intensity of light given by any given source of light. Luminance. Now luminance of the light emitting object or the surface is the luminous intensity emitted per unit of apparent area in the specific direction. Generally, the light giving capacity or say anything that is reflected is luminance. Luminance of the sun or the road surface in the light, how we see or how we get to see is your luminance. Let's see. Now this is the luminance. If we say that it is an illuminant object means an object which give light. For here, for this light, illuminant object is this bulb, and how much the light it is giving or how much amount of your light has been given out by the illuminant object is your luminance, whereas the amount of energy following on a said surface by that illuminant object is known as illuminance. Let's see by definitions. Illuminant object, it is an object that can serve as a source of light. Yes, it is so. Yes, illuminant object is an object which can act as a source of light. Illuminance, it is the quantity of light or luminous flux falling on the unit area. It is the quantity of light. Is it the quantity of light falling here? Yes, it is the quantity of light falling here. Is it a luminous flux? Is it a flow of light here on a given surface of a given amount of area? Yes. So illuminant object is which gives the light, and luminance is the quantity of light falling from that, coming from that object, and the amount of energy or amount of light falling on a given unit area is illuminance. It is the amount of light that covers a surface. Unit is lumen per meter square or lux. So we say that lux meter is there to find the quantity of light or the how illuminant is the room is what you're carried from your measured from the lux meter, and one lux is your 1 lumen per meter square. Example that is that moonlight on the clear sky. Moonlight on the clear sky or the sunlight on a sunny day or light in the room. Now, all these examples are of illuminance, like how much light we are getting on a full moon day on a clear sky. The illuminance is what your whitish in nature. If we come say that the sunlight on the sunny day will give a bright light and give a pleasing eye pleasing thing to us, but the same sunlight on a scanty rainfall day will be different. The illuminance given by that, the light emitted by that sun on a sunny day will be brighter enough in comparison to the light given on a scanty rainfall day. And the light in the room illuminates the room in somewhat dimmer way if we compare it with some other source of light. So illuminance by the sun on bright sunny day is more than on the rainy day. Source of light is same. Illuminant object for now is the sun, and the quantity of light what we get on a sunny day is much more than the quantity of light what we get on the rainy day. So if we have to revise all the definitions, so here the bulb is what your illuminant object giving light, and the flow of energy or flow of light, the luminous flux is your is measured in the lumen. Unit is lumen. Now the quantity of light, the amount of light coming from this illuminant object is your luminous intensity measured in candela. So candela is the basic unit, amount of light emitted by the candle in one and all the direction, in any and all the direction is the candela. It is used to measure for every other objects. Intensity measuring unit is your candela. So the luminance here, so the illuminance of this surface is measured in lux. It is the quantity of light, quantity of energy in the form of light falling on the said area is your illuminance. More the illuminant object powerful, more the illuminance for that area, because if the area is same, if the object here is kept same and power of this bulb has been increased, so but obviously the illuminance is increased, and what we see through this illuminance is your luminance, that is candela per square meter. Now 10th definition is angle. Now first, in the earlier case we said that what is steradian candela. So let's see, for talking to about your steradian or the solid angle, we just need to first understand what is angle. Angle is the ratio of subtended arc on the circle to the radius. Now this is the arc starting from here till here. This is the arc length, and the angle subtended will be at the here center. This is your radius. So L by R will be your this theta. This is the theta here. So this much is your theta. This area, this much part is your theta. So theta is your L by R, is the ratio of subtended arc length on the circle to the radius. So talking about the solid angle is a two-dimensional angle in a three-dimensional space. It is an two-dimensional angle in a three-dimensional space. That is, in the earlier slide, we talked about the circle, which is two-dimensional. And now we are talking about a sphere, which is a three-dimensional thing. So solid angle is the ratio of subtended area on the sphere to radius squared. It is the ratio of subtended area. Subtended area is this. this bluish color. So the ratio of this bluish color on the sphere, this is a sphere, to the radius square. Radius, distance between the surface to the center, is your radius, given by this symbol. So the formula goes A by R square. In a simple language, it's a 3D angle enclosed by a conical surface at the vertex of the surface, that is apex of the surface. So this is what we are talking about, this three-dimensional thing. If we talk about your angle, it is an two-dimensional, and if we talk about the solid angle, as the name goes, it is solid, it has three spaces or three-dimensional. So the angle subtended by the arc to the radius is the angle, and the angle subtended by the area on a sphere to the radius square is your solid angle. Now, what is visual task? Anything that requires the light in a specific manner or in a specific fashion can be called as task, or any activity which needs your adequate amount of light to get it done is your visual task. That is any activity in a daytime or in a night time which needs light for that thing to be done is your visual task. And why the visual task has to be known? Because visual task defines or decides how much the light and how the lighting pattern, lighting system is to be designed in the building, in a room, in a lobby, and so on. Let's see. Visual task is an activity which needs adequate visibility, that is adequate amount of light. Because if we say that we can see anything in a low amount of light also, but if we want to read, then we will require little more amount of light. If we say at the same table, if we want to do work or we want to do operation of some person, then it will require more amount of light for that table. If we say we need need to do jewelry work or artistic one or the table, then it will require another amount of light. So what are these, all this activity, doing an operation on the table or doing a artistic one or work on the jewelry or reading or just staying calm and looking calmly, what are these activities? All these activities are your visual tasks, and they require different amount of lights for their completion. Depending upon the visual task, depending upon the work that has to be executed in that part of house, in that part of building, your lighting has to be provided, because we want to get the work done properly. Let's see. Visual task. Visual task is any activity which needs adequate visibility. It may be anything like reading, writing, working on computers, etc. And it may be carried out at any moment of time or any place in the said building. So it can be carried out any time. Reading can be done in the morning, can be done in the night, at any moment of time. Thus, planning for lighting system of various types of activities and times must be considered for efficient lighting system. It is not that writing will be done in the morning only and only at the window side only, so don't do or don't make any provision in the interior part of the building, or don't provide any light for the writing purpose. It will be a wrong task. So to avoid, for having a holistic approach, that any time the person will may feel like reading, writing in any part of the light, in any part of the room. So everything must be taken into consideration. Various visual tasks to complete with no hindrance or discomfort to the user. It needs to have satisfactory values of parameters like glare, luminance, uniformity, contrast, etc. So if we are planning to have a light system or light to be provided, what we will do, we will provide satisfactory amount of your light at that place, such that it should not produce any glare that is reflecting back, and like that issues should not be there. Too much of luminance or too much of light being focused at a place, it should not be there, because we have to decide something or the other before just putting the lights on the wall. So visual tasks in that room should be considered. If it is a reading room, then we can't plan or planning of any kind of your dining table or cooking cannot be considered. If it is a kitchen, then the requirement as per the kitchen things has to be done. It can't be mixed with your reading at that moment of time, or working on a computer where a little amount of light can also be done. So like this, the various facts has to be considered and worked out. So what are the factors affecting the visual task? It is the glare, luminance, uniformity, contrast, refractive error, size of the pupil of the person, illumination, overall light in that room, time of the exposure of the target, area of retina stimulated, state of adaptation of eye movement, and all these things. Now, what is reflection of light? It is a very basic fundamental we have seen in our younger days. Reflection of light means bouncing back of the light from a smooth surface. This is the incident light coming here. See, it is a mirror or any reflecting surface. Here it is a normal that is perpendicular to the reflecting surface or the mirror. Once the light comes, falls on the smooth mirror, it will bounce back to the backwards. So it is a reflected ray. Angle of incidence, angle of reflection. Point of incidence where the incident light strikes. This is an example. So sun rays, sunlight here, it's coming on this mirror and the person is reflecting back. So what is happening here? Here the reflection of light is going on. Now, what is refraction of light? When the light flows from one transparent medium to another, it bends. When a source of light, when light flows from one source, one transparent medium to the another transparent medium, it bends, as seen in this diagram. This bending of light is known as refraction of light. So due to refraction, what happens? We can see that this pencil has been broke, but in reality, it is not so. Why? Because the density of this object and the density of this glass and light here is different than the density of your water. Due to this, we have the refraction of light. So what we learned in this session, we learned the 14 definitions, 14 concepts starting from light, which is an source of energy, luminous flux, flow of light, lumen, unit, candela, measure of intensity, luminance, what it is, illuminant object which gives out the light, illuminance, light falling on a meter square of area, given area, angle, solid angle. Angle is a two-dimensional thing, solid angle is a three-dimensional thing. Visual tags, any activity which requires adequate amount of visibility, reflection and refraction of light. These are the some basic concepts that has to be understood for the planning of the lighting system in the building. That's it for now. Thank you.